Okay, welcome back to Reality Inspyrd with Ashley Inspyrs. Let me ask you something. Do you keep meeting amazing men, having deep conversations, and they light you up, and there's great chemistry, and then they drop the bomb? I'm in a partnership. I'm married, but it's complicated. Does that ring a bell for you? That's been my happenings right now. So if it's happening to you and you're nodding your head, then this podcast is for you. I'm energetically calling this in. Having great conversation. I'm meeting these people at a burger stand, at a marijuana cafe, meeting these people out in the wild, and you're like, oh, this is so fun, and oh my goodness, we just hit it off, and it was really great. We hung out again, and then what am I putting out there that is attracting this? I'll tell you the first thing that I know about my personal upbringing is that I grew up in a bar. My family owned a bar. I was working in that bar by the age of 12. Grew up there, going every day, the arcades, orange juice, sandwiches, pizza, chicken wings, all the stuff. I started bartending at 18. For 13 years, like conditionally, a safe space for men to come to and sit at my bar, and I just hold space for them. Because the first bar my family owned, Applejack, it's a local tavern, local pub. It's a rustic cellar bar. It was very intimate. There were 28 seats at the bar, and it was the horseshoe bar. Beautiful, beautiful bar. And you would drop in with these men. You would have to. And it was mostly men. Very rarely did I see a lot of women coming in. There were gals, but mostly men. Before work, after work, the middle of their day, holding space. It is intimate and contained, and it's my job to hold space for the men as they sit down at my bar. And I am this woman that men can just feel comfortable with me. I don't judge. I come open-hearted, compassionate, cause it wasn't my place as a bartender to have a judgment. I wasn't really I was sassy, but I wasn't like a tough bartender. I was just kind of always listening. And second thing, I have not one, but two absent fathers. And they were there. I remember them. We had great moments, but I can't think of a time when I was made to feel extra special by either one of them. There was, fleeting moments, but there's not that core bond of I'm definitely not a daddy's girl. Daddy didn't really want to hang out with Ashley. When you especially are a bartender, there is a secrecy. I'm not going to tell on you. I can think of a specific moment when I was working in the kitchen, so I must have been 13. I answered the phone, and it was Barb, and she was like, is Dougie there? And I said, hold on, let me look, which is what I always was supposed to say. Even if I knew they were there, I knew Dougie was there. And so I went out, and I was like, hey, Dougie, Barb's on the phone. And he was like, tell her I'm not here. And I was like, okay. And I went back, and I said, he said he's not here. And she says, Ashley, if I drive through that parking lot and I see Dougie's truck there, I was like, okay. And I go, Dougie, move your car. She's going to drive through the parking lot. I was 12. And that's what I'm doing to protect my men. And so I remember that. So yes, of course they feel safe with me. I'm not going to pressure you to make any big changes. I'm safe. You can trust me. I'm not going to go against you. I'm not going to say anything. I'm very complacent, which has also kept me in incorrect relationships for very long periods of time. On that note, this episode is brought to you by Christian's Minnesota Nice Ethnobotanicals. This is the pink lotus flower. I am steeping it in my tea for some clarity. Gotta love the pink lotus flower. Thank you so much, Christian, Gabe, my boy Eric. Appreciate you boys so much. You guys rock. Thank you for sending me this goodie bag. They also have great Amanita muscaria, other beautiful herbs, tinctures, and tasty treats to enlighten your life. So check them out. So we're this lighthouse radiating light and love, unavailability, partial attendance. This is a pattern how I hold space for all men. Unconsciously, I was conditioned to expect partial presence from these men. For all men that I've ever cared about, I have also allowed a space. My early programming taught me that love comes with limits and unavailability. Limits and unavailability. Yes, even when I was in relationship for 6 years, still same pattern. I was just with somebody. Love comes with limits and unavailability. You're that safe harbor, that beacon to hold space for men's emotional intimacy without the expectation of reciprocal vulnerability. The rescuer energy is actually anti-erotic, and we're unconsciously comfortable with the built-in distance that unavailable men provide. We're so focused on giving and healing that you've forgotten how to receive and be desired for who you are. You're too busy giving to these men that you've forgotten to give to yourself. What most attracted you to these men was sharing their emotional problems, being vulnerable about their relationships when they needed your emotional support. Those are all signs, apparently, that you're eroticizing unavailability itself. That hits. Appreciating otherness. This is the solution. Learn to be attracted to men for their wholeness rather than their brokenness. So start to look for the wholeness in these men, not the sadness and the sorrow and the emptiness they feel. Even when they're in a relationship, just complicated. It's fine, but there's still something here for us. It's only going to get messy. Maybe it's your karma and you have to walk through it, but ultimately it's not stepping into your fullest and greatest potential as the limitless being that you are. You do not owe these men anything except for the man that is going to fulfill you, to lift you up, to honor you, to respect you, to listen to you, to adore you, to take care of you, that can emotionally hold you. All of you. You're not too much to hold. Esther Perel famously states, "Tell me how you are loved, and I will tell you how you make love." This is the reality check. This is where we get inspired, because we're getting the understanding that is powerful enough to shift this. Here's what you have to face, is that you're attracting men that are just as available or unavailable as you are. And it's not because you don't want love and you don't want that involvement, that romantic intimacy, but because you're so comfortable being the safe space for complicated men that you forgot to ask for someone who's actually ready to show up for you. You don't have to be the rescuer anymore. You are not here to fix these men. They are not your job. And every time I can see it and I'm able to say, not my job, not my job, that I get to name that boundary, it feels so good. When you start giving yourself boundaries, that is empowerment. That is how you change. That is how you shift your perspective, shifting your reality, shifting your belief systems, shifting your reality. You become the being that you want to be by a divine design, by a conscious design, where you're finding those old outdated systems that aren't serving you anymore. I don't want those guys anymore. I've had them on all the scales of unavailability. I've had them. I don't want them. Whether they're in a relationship or they're just the bad boy, they've got issues with their mama or their dad, whatever. Like, I don't want that anymore. I am not here for those. But I don't think I've ever had the kind of love that I even am looking for now. Like, I don't actually have proof or evidence that that kind of love exists, because I've never had that with anybody. I'm not really ready for someone to show up for me because I've never had anyone show up for me. So that's a big shift for me right there, is I want to know that someone can show up for me. Just watch your behaviors and where you're kind of letting your guard down or falling into a familiar pattern, because you don't even really know it exists yet until you do, which is what this is all about. So it's just going to start noticing where your thoughts are going, where your behaviors start to kind of fall like dominoes. So just watch yourself, or if you kind of are like, oh, I've had this thought before, pay attention to that stuff. If it feels familiar, take a step back. Say, I need to think this through. Let me take a moment. Let me take a breath. And that is exactly what happened a few hours ago, which is why we're here right now. Are you energetically available? Are you fully ready to receive someone that's fully committed to you? You have to be fully committed to you and them. If you want to receive that, you have to give that. You got to match that energy. Just be honest about where you're at. Like I just said, I'm probably giving out that, like, I'm really happy being alone right now. Write a script. I am not responsible for helping this person. They are not my job. I don't need to be here to help them figure this out. I don't need to be that person. You're not the rescuer. You have to save yourself, girl. You get to break the belief in that moment when you decide to save yourself. And that's, yes, that is what happened tonight for me. We met at a burger joint. I was like, hey, I like your truck. We went to a burger joint, ate on his tailgate, and we went on a bike ride. He called me today. We went on the bike ride yesterday. He called me today and he was like, it was amazing. It's fun. It was so great to get to know you. And I invited you over on Friday, and I want you to know that my wife might be there. Cool. We said, hold on here. There's something familiar about this. And I even said to him, I chuckled. He says, what was that? I was having a conversation with my friend, and she just said, maybe you're just married men's type. You're married. And then he says, oh, yes, it's complicated. Been over for like 15 years. Oh, you still cohabitate. Cool. With your 3 college-age daughters. Oh, that is not over. I don't want to step into that hornet's nest. Are you kidding me? No, thank you. That's the confession. Get real with yourself. Check yourself. Thank you. Next. Showing up for yourself like that, that's self-love. That is loving yourself. That is saying yes to you, protecting your energy. Is this energetically in alignment? Thank you so much for the invitation. Let me think on it. And truly think on it. Feel into it. Is this in my favor? And reminder, if it is not a fuck yes, it is a hell to the no. If it is not clear, then stay put. Don't do anything. Otherwise, you will be walking down this spiral of karmic fate, and that's a whole nother story, and that's great. But if you want to shift your perspective, change, up level, ascend, evolve as a human, as a being on this planet, as a beautiful, beautiful skin suit that has this opportunity to welcome, to usher, steward in the new earth where we get to create our divine essence. Come, all of my children. You. I come. Men and women. Let's unite. Step into this world whole. Let's ask for each other to be whole. I don't need to know your attachment style. I don't need to know the issues. I just want to know that you're whole now. Prosperous energy about you. You are sure of yourself. Women, when you shift from being a safe space to broken men, instead of emotionally unavailable men seeking healing from you, you'll magnetize the handsome, intelligent, emotionally available, financially stable, prosperous, grateful, and good man who sees his divine feminine counterpart. This man won't need you to fix him or be his therapist. He'll come to you in his wholeness, seeking divine reciprocity. He'll be grateful for your depth, for your wisdom. He'll be financially abundant because he's done his own work, and he'll see partnership as two whole people choosing to create something magnificent together. That's what you get. This is a pattern that you get to transmute into your greatness. This is, you're seeing it and you get to transmute it. It doesn't have to be your shadow anymore. You don't have to live with that weight and that grief of attracting the married man. You don't have to hold their emotional baggage while they're in relationship with someone else. Not if someone you don't have an intimate, fully reciprocal relationship with. You didn't know that though, honey. That's okay. You didn't know. You know, girl. Like, honey, come on. You can do better. Now we're going to do better. And when we do better, we feel better. And when we feel better, we look better. And when we look better, we are just like masterful geniuses of our divine, energetic signature. What is your signature? What are you radiating? A firefly. You are radiating joy and excitement and bliss and fun and liberation and inspiration and transformation, because we're always about getting lit here at Reality Inspyrd. Step into this. This is your superpower. You get to see the issue and take heed to the warning and step into the highest version of you, because you deserve that. What do you want in a relationship? You want reciprocal love. You want someone that can hold space for you and the way you're feeling. You want someone that can hold the depth of you with reverence and love and support the way you've listened and supported and loved all these years in your divine, ooey gooey, delicious feminine of just compassion and understanding of these men. I love men, and they're all doing their best. And I'm so proud of them all. And you're not my job. Get off me, bro. Like, no. You get to clear space. You don't have to be that person for everybody. So when you find your divine masculine counterpart, you are stepping in to the magnetism of wholeness, of aliveness, of true eroticism, where you get to fully surrender in to the unknown. You get to cultivate a fully reciprocal love and intimate connection with someone. You deserve to have the man that shows up in his wholeness and not someone just that needs your healing energy. Tinkerbell in a glass jar. Let me see your fairy dust. Let me see your magic. Show me what you can do. Hello? If this resonates with you, share it. Love it, heart it, talk to me in the comments. This felt so potent for me and I really wanted to share it. I'm proud of me and I'm proud of you and I'm proud of us for seeing the pattern and deciding, instead of to live in shame for it or like confusion as to why the heck is this what's happening or why is this all I ever get, clear that and reset at a new baseline, a new frequency. You get to deliver transmit a new broadcast. What are you broadcasting? Sureness, love, boundaries, clarity, support, unconditional, lifting up, holding, listening, seeing. This is what you want. Say yes to that. Oh, Mateo, Mateo, Mateo. Thank you. This is why I called my company Formation Energetics, because it's all about the formation of your energetic signature. It's time to correct it. We don't have the luxury to fuck around and find out anymore. We have to clean, clear, and eliminate. I'm going to burp because I'm drinking bubbly. It came up my nose. Hey, we're back with our next sponsor. This is the delicious Duo 2 Womanizer. It is built to indulge in whole body big O's, and we're always looking for a big O here on Reality Inspyrd. This beautiful number blows air on that special part while stimulating from the inside. I am a huge fan of pleasure, self-love, taking care of yourself, touching yourself. This is so smooth, so delicate. You'll feel like the beautiful, divine feminine that you are. Highly recommend checking out Womanizer's products. Let me know how it goes, and I'll give you the linky to hopefully get to try one. I am very much looking forward to this, having some of that magic that we can make through our coalescing of energies and frequencies of that creatrix. Enjoy that portal opening. You're not too much. You are perfect and whole, and that is what you will attract. This can happen immediately as long as you catch that pattern. Catch it. I'm catching it right now. He said, this is what you're walking into if you come over Friday. I'm not going to walk into that. And we probably won't hang out again, because I don't need to be, I deserve to be better than the woman you're hanging out with on Tuesdays and going for bike rides and burgers when you are still in a situationship. Not my job. I'm going to go find the person that is fully open and willing and can emotionally available take all of me and hold it all. And you deserve that too. Okay? Be well. I'm so glad I just was inspired to do this, because it's just a pattern that I saw, and I was like, Reality Inspyrd needs to know about this. This is Reality Inspyrd itself. This is a little glimpse of my dating life. This is a little glimpse about a personal pattern that I've identified in myself. This is about your opportunity to free yourself from a limitation that is unconscious. It is just an energetic signature that you weren't aware of that you now can clean up. Okay? And we do that by just start recognizing the pattern before it happens. See where your wounding is in relationship. What kind of people are you attracting? Just look around you. Who's standing there? Nope. I even got picked up at the farmer's market, and he was like, hi. I was like, hey. And he was sweet, and he was shaking and asked for my number, and I was like, okay. And I gave it to him just to be open. And then the texting is like, hey, what are you doing? Honestly, I was a little down today. I'm like, oh no, I ain't got time for this. You're down. I'm not talking to you. I don't have time for this. I'm straight up just like, you're wasting my time. Thank you. I ain't got time for this. You don't got time for this. Stop it. Fix it now. Subscribe, like, share. The Womanizer, our Christians, ethno-botanicals, Minnesota Nice, the pink lotus, the blue lotus, the amanita, all the good shizzle. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you for cleansing, cleaning, clearing this space, this energy of unavailability, being the anti-eroticism of really releasing and letting go anything and everything that is not serving our energy, to rewrite our electromagnetic signature, to rise, to activate, to step into wholeness and aliveness as one with the greatness of all, with the source, with our galactic federation. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We welcome you into this space. Thank you for this amazing activation. This is such a great conversation and realization that we are having, so that we can come to clarity and come to this awareness that we are, again, the reminder that the power is in our hands, and this is our time to take it back. If you have anything, if you have sacred smoke, light it up, clear it out, especially if you are watching this in this Lionsgate portal right now. Be well. You are a divine being, a divine soul, and you have a divine purpose. Get lit, liberate, inspire, and transformed here with Reality Inspyrd with Ashley Inspyrs.